Good evening. I just got home and I just realized that I wear a green shirt, so I'm gonna be a little bit jittery around the edges, ethereal around the edges, I guess. Why does it? Is there any way I can make it? I don't know. Whatever. I'm here for a couple of hours. Just got home from my shibari classes, learned a new thing. Well, I kind of knew it, but two new ties tonight, so that was nice. A tenchi and a hip harness, so that was very interesting, very nice. And drove my date home, and then I thought, you know what, I can just sit and watch something, or I can just roam around in Satisfactory doing something. But honestly, I was thinking, I don't actually have any more content to make videos of for the next couple of days. So I thought, you know what, well, maybe I should just stream for a couple of hours, and maybe something cool comes up that we can work on, that I can turn into a YouTube video, because otherwise I don't have anything until Monday, or I have to do something that I don't do on Twitch, which I kind of like having the Twitch being a little bit ahead of the YouTube series, so that we can test things, we can do designs, and I can showcase them on YouTube afterwards. But we do have our power plant. We did the hard work, the design work on the last Twitch stream yesterday, and then we Twitch is beta, yes, and then I sort of finished it up and plugged it in for YouTube episodes. So we have it now. That's good. And then this afternoon, while I was waiting for the video to process, then I also just roamed a little bit more. I must say, and I don't know if you guys are playing it as well, if you have been to some of the more difficult area, they look really difficult. There are just radioactive giant spiders everywhere, and the big hogs, they also shoot, and they're radioactive or poisonous. It just looks so miserable to move around there. I don't know. This seems like the weapons are just not scaled to keep up with this. It doesn't look like you can outpace the enemies. So like in Factorio, you can kind of, when you get the best gear, then, well, behemoth spiders are just more of a nuisance than they are a threat. But here it seems like everything is always going to be a threat. And everything always respawns. As soon as you log out and log in again, then things have respawned, unless you built something powered structures nearby. Which I feel that you then just kind of have to do that everywhere, because otherwise you're going to have to clear the same difficult biters all the time. Which means that if you want to play the game as is intended, then you're going to have to clear the same biters many times. Or you're going to have to sort of build a power network and random factories here and there, just to make sure that they don't respawn when you clear an area. Because otherwise, you go out and explore and clear and find the stuff and then go back. But if you, let's say there's a hard drive that you couldn't access because you didn't have electromagnetic rods, so you now have to come back later, well, that means you have to clear all the way through that area again. Yeah, that seems, I don't know, maybe some of the gun ammo is good and better, and I don't know, but it just seems like it's wow, 35 stream streak, crazy. Yeah, I don't know. So what is your experience if you've been playing it? Wish I could play, but don't have it yet, hence why I'm watching you. Also was confused when the schedule said shapes 2. Oh, right, yeah, okay, I guess I haven't updated the schedule on Twitch, but thanks for reminding me. That's been a while. There, and oxygen not included. Okay, I think we just write Satisfactory, and then at some point we'll just write and Foundry. What the hell? This is all sorts of weird stuff. Who the hell is in charge of updating this damn thing? Okay, so I guess I haven't really been keeping up with my updates here. There, and Saturday is not. Delete, and Sunday is also. So now it's at least correct until the 14th of October. There we go. Now it says Satisfactory in the schedule. Cool. A T-mem? I don't know what a T-mem is. Just right. Factory games stuff. Random stuff. Cool. True mem. Yeah, okay. That's the thing is, like, there's such a marginal value from that. It is such a marginal value, and the effort is huge. So no. Oh, I see that. I see that Discord has a spam filter, so apparently people have been writing to me and just been sorted into spam. Oh, that's good. But it's a challenge and interesting task. It's not very interesting. I mean, academically interesting, but not interesting from a perspective of a viewer experience. It's not really difficult. It is difficult, but it's not interesting to see, and it would have a very limited appeal. Therefore, it's not something I'm going to do. So, I can't imagine that I will ever do that. It would have to be for a game like Factorio, because the game is so huge. Then there might be a niche for that. But it's wrong kind of viewer, I suppose. But fair enough. Yes, you are. I mean, it's not just about you being the wrong kind of viewer. It's about how many of viewers like you are there, and that's the thing. Not enough to make sense. And yeah, I don't know. It should be pretty obvious that it's not something that's kind of has very wide appeal, and especially sort of that. Also, games sort of come in a cycle, and they have like already now, Satisfactory is trending downwards. There you go. It's been out for a week, and it's already trending downwards. It has peaked. And that's it. So a small game like Shapes 2, it's already Shape 1. I can't even remember it. So it's unfortunate it is like that, but that's the way it is. Yeah. But so that's as a content creator, we sort of have to follow the trends. Some games who have longer lead time, and yes, Satisfactory will have longer lead time, but we're seeing people play it, and there'll be ups and downs, but the big streamers will move on soon enough. I saw Kokana is playing, I see Giant Waffle is playing it. They'll move on and play something out. Dance Gaming was playing it. There were a lot of sort of people who just play the flavor of the week, and that flavor of the week is soon not going to be Satisfactory anymore, and then it'll be something else. And then they'll move on. So we'll get content update at some point when the final comes out. I hope you'll do it. Yeah, I'm going to be playing it when there's something new and exciting coming in, but that's the same as Factorio, Satisfactory, Dyson Sphere, Captain of Industry, and then I'd also add Shapes 2. When there's a new update, then I'm going to look back on, take another look at it. Then there's the other category where, like Tectonica and Foundry, I thought also crossed, but not really, where when it finally sort of leaves early access, then reaches 1.0, then I'm probably going to return to it. But I'm not going to return for every update every 3 months, because I just don't think that there's enough content there. Ixion, yes, I played the hell out of that, and I think it was actually also my video that was on the Ixion page as someone playing it. So yes, very much so. Another collaboration with the developers for Ixion. So yes, absolutely. I thought it was a great game, but it was also one of those games where the story meant that it is a game that you can only really play once, and then it doesn't really have a playthrough. Same. Because then you know the story, you know the choices, and you know what to sort of look for, and what to work on. I kind of feel the same way with Frostpunk 2. Also, I wrote a little message in Discord for anyone that I don't think I'm going to be playing Frostpunk 2. I tried to watch Day 9, who is always very entertaining, and I just couldn't watch it. It was so boring. So I thought it was depressing. The story was super depressing. The look and feel of the game is super depressing. Like, everything is monochromatic, and it was just, it looked really dull and bland. And maybe it's maybe it's a good game, but if I get bored and don't bother looking at it, and like the districts, you couldn't see them, you couldn't zoom in. It was just like there's a white snowy thing, and then there are some black buildings, and then maybe a little bit of orange from the lights, and they're like, is it a house? Is it a factory? I don't know. I can't zoom in. Like, you don't have any really. Who cares? So it looked so boring. Gorgeous graphics, I don't know, I couldn't see the gorgeous graphics. It was just hidden under the snow, I guess. It looked bland and boring to me, and depressing, and definitely not something that was getting any kind of attention from me. And I just couldn't, I lost interest immediately, and I tried to get back to it, and tried like, alright, try to learn the mechanics so that you can jump in, and I was like, I don't care. I just don't care. So, yeah, I prefer colorful games, yes. So... but I don't see it being fun game to stream. Yes, that's exactly right. I think that you could sort of, sit there and you could turn up the AC so it's really cold, and then put a blanket over you and just sit there like, freezing a bit, and then just turn off the lights and then just sit and play it all night. And that might be like atmospheric, but yeah, I don't know. So. Played the early access for Frostpunk a few months ago, refunded, and going to pick up at discount. Yeah. So, yeah. Put on spaceship and playing DSP. Yeah. Or a mech. So, anyway, hello, surprise. Good evening, freak. Yeah. And then is that maybe some viewers come to your channel to watch. Yeah, that's Eldariel. Yes, that's true. They will... though my channel is not the premier location for new people, they'll go to Kibitz and Total X Clips, and they'll, because that's much more easily digestible content, and it takes my audience for Satisfactory is people who love factory games, who want to play, who's playing Satisfactory and kind of want like, is there something more? And then I'll show you that yes, there's something more. We could turn into some cool designs and do something unique. But if you are just like, ooh, pretty buildings, ooh, I can do stuff, and then yeah, I can build pretty factories, ooh, that's so lovely, and they're like, yeah, that's not my channel you go to. And there are other creators who build beautiful spaghetti messes. So yep, that's totally fine. You have a more functional engineering type audience. Absolutely, functional engineering. Do you have achievements enabled when you're using fly mode? Nope, that is disabling all achievements, and I don't care because I don't care about achievements. So that's pretty simple. But don't enable the advanced game modes if you want Steam achievements. They will not work. And we dive in. Wow, that was a harsh transition on sound. Good stuff. Right. Let me get some overlays. Don't think I need my video editor online here. That one. Okay. We are gonna go back to our... Hello, Zujin. Made it. Hello, everyone. Yeah, sorry for just throwing a random stream out there. And my game just crashed. What? Today's patch? Is there a today's patch on this? We're gonna have to go over here to take a look at our new factory, our new thing, even though it's far away. Flying already, I decided that this is gonna be a short stream, so relying on yeah, I don't think I could get a level 3 hype train, especially not on a short stream. So, especially considering how it went yesterday, and I was like, I'm not gonna be streaming here, so I'm gonna do it next time we have a full night, and then I'm gonna hope for a level 3. But it might just also sort of have run its course with all these glorious hype trains. It's been super amazing, but it's also like all good things must come to an end. Well, they don't have to, but unfortunately they do. Oh yeah, by the way, we went out here and we have now a few sluggies there, and also some that. I want to pick up these because I actually realized we need so many power slugs. Yeah, there was a good comment in Discord that I am currently limited by sulfur, and that would actually not necessarily be a problem if when I get tier 3 miner. Oh, I should have done an upgrade. Damn. We're just going over here just to have a look. And there's no reason to scan for summer sloops or mercer or hard drives, because there are none in this area. I have gone through all of them. There might be a slug here and there that I have missed, and those are the ones we pick up if we see them. But aside from that, it's fine. That's a slug, yeah. When June is silent, that's because there's nothing going on. So unfortunately, I mean, Wayne June will say something when there's something to say, unless you put some bits, no announcement. Really? That's true. It didn't even. No, the reason why it didn't appear is because it's not on the Streamlabs. So it's not Wayne June that's dysfunctional. It's Streamlabs. Let me just refresh that, because it said didn't register as a new event. Interesting. Yeah, it didn't register as new event. Oh, that looks like Streamlabs is not working. Thank you, Freak, for the 500 bits. Memsteak, no, maybe a sub will work. Thank you, Memsteak, for the 500 bits. There is no way that I can keep up with this if there's no. We have a slug command. Use the slug command. Paid a fortune for it. I don't think I did, but it's beside the point. Does subscriptions work? 200 minutes, thank you, Silver Cecil. I'm still looking for the subscription. We don't know if subscriptions work. So, here we have our sulfur. My sub didn't show. No, it didn't. There's nothing in chat either. So you have to refresh it if you just did it and then press the announce button. If you didn't get the share my sub, then that's just refresh, and then it should come there. And if not, then I'll try figuring out how to log in and log out of Streamlabs, and maybe that's the thing. Memstick, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Okay, there's nothing is working on this one. I'm gonna go log in and log out on Streamlabs. Dashboard on Streamlabs. Let's see. See if that one. No recent events. Yeah, there is recent events now. Yeah. Okay, so it just got the now Panthex also with a Prime sub for 41 months. Yeah. Okay, so. But it didn't register anything before that. So now I'm gonna try and see if we have to test this. It's really important. It's very important to be tested. There. Okay. Now I think it works. God damn it. Bits don't seem to register. It's not on the list of events. I can manually trigger it. Yeah, it might be a new sub will work. I don't know. I'm sort of baiting you here. This is weird. Hype train activated. Yeah. So it works on Twitch side, but it's the Streamlabs that's not registering it. So it's not the Wayne June thing. It's the fact that Streamlabs doesn't register that something has happened. But it did register as I was logging in. It registered the 5 gift subs from Memstick and the sub from Panthex. What do you think about Dwarf Fortress, by the way? I have no opinion of it. And likewise, no interest. So this is our our power plant. It is pretty damn amazing. 62 gigawatt of power is coming in. That's really nice. I am kind of regretting, or not regretting, but contemplating one thing. We should probably have had a box thing so that we could put the rocket fuel in a box here. Probably should have done that. Should have incorporated that in this area. There's kind of a little bit of room for it, but then we'd have to cut something else. Okay, is there a sub who wants to resub or a gift sub or something like that? It's Dwarf Fortress look absolutely shit compared to it. No, I don't think they look at all similar. What's better fuel for Japan? Not the bits is the sub I'm looking for, because bits don't work at all, but subs seem to work, but I don't know. So we know that bits are not registering, but the question is whether the subs are working. This is really weird. I know I'm kind of baiting here, but oh. Dude in the Park, I just saw that on the list, but it did not trigger anywhere. That is just shit. Oh, man. Well, that's sucky. Okay, I'm gonna try to log out and then log in and then see if we can log in. Log in with Twitch. I mean, that's the only thing I can do is just log out and log in and hope that something works. Recent events. It's not registering. And now I'm gonna be manually triggering. No. Manually triggering that. Damn. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Well, that's kind of taking the fun out of the hype train. Subs are not registered. Are also not registered in Streamlabs. Yeah. They are if I log out and log in again. Okay, so we got a level 1 hype train. That's really nice. Alright, so this blueprint, this power plant makes 54,000 megawatt of power. And it's all from these 6 modules. So what I can do when I get tier 3 minor, then I can just top this one up with a tier 3, top these 2 up with a tier 3, then I get twice as much in. Except it doesn't work until I get the next tier belt. So that's tier 9. So that in and of itself it's not going to be good enough. Oh, we are going to... I was about to say we're going to see if the MAM is ready. It is now. Perfect timing. Right, we're just going to take whatever we can. So a uranium fuel unit, we'll take it. That seems like something we'd want to have at some point. Anything that's an advanced thing, we'll take it. Down detectors show Streamlabs is having issues, so don't think you can do much. Thank you very much, very good spot. I was thinking like, maybe we'll just see if someone else has issues, and I was like, whatever. There's nothing I can do about it anyway. I'll just see if it's better tomorrow or whenever I'm going to be streaming again. Well, I'm not. It's not going to be tomorrow for sure. I don't hope it's going to be tomorrow. Oh my god, tomorrow is going to be a little bit stressful. So while we're just flying back, I'm going to tell you why tomorrow is going to be stressful. I'm going to a party. That's stressful. No, well, it's not just any party. It's a sex positive party. So that's nice. Why is that stressful? Well, because I'm going there with let's say my partner, my lover, I don't know. Partner of some kind, which is that's fine. We are that's good. That should be good. Yes, except the other, let's say my date and the other woman I'm also seeing is also coming. So it's a little awkward that they are both coming there, and I have made it quite clear that I'm there with one, and the other one she was not planning on coming, and that's fine. And then she was saying she's coming anyway, and I was like, that's perfectly fine, but I'm there on a date with the other, so that she's gonna get my attention. But it's and now the woman I'm going there with on a date is like, oh, how's that gonna be? Is it gonna be awkward? What do I have to do? It's like, no, don't freak out. We are there on the date. We are there on the date, and that's it. And you'll get my attention. I'm gonna be there for you. But it's a little complicated. A bit awkward. It's not necessarily awkward, but it does take a little bit of they both know that I'm they also were seeing each other at some point, but now they are not seeing each other sort of regularly. But it's, yeah. Let me get that one out of the way. Okay, so let's see. So yes. Who's the other now? Well, there's just none of them are the other. It's just that when I'm dating 2 women, and then if I go to, we are in the same communities, and if I go somewhere with one as a date, then that's perfectly fine. But it also means that if the other one is also coming to the same event, well, sometimes you go to an event and you go there as singles. That's fine. Other times you go there on a date. and that's also something. But it has to be clear lines, and that's what we were putting a little bit of effort into, that, making sure that there are clear lines in regard to that. Okay, that's a lot of junk in my inventory. Hey, level 1 hype train. Okay, and let's see, I just need to throw... Oh, we got supers. Let's just clean out a lot of this stuff here. Not these two, because I can't craft those. These are just stuff I picked up. That one, don't need that. We'll keep that. That's a lot of different things I actually have in my inventory. Wow, there's so many different items that I don't need to have at all, but I do. That one I don't want to have that either. That one, and oh, not you. That one. Cool. All right, let's see if there are any things we can unlock here that we want to unlock. Oh, we get one free unlock, don't we? Let me just go to my notepad so we get the correct thing up here. Yeah, so I guess hype trains are not very fun when you can't see what's going on. And I can't even hear if there's an event, so be sure to shout at me if there are events. So one upgrade. We'll do that. No unlock cost for one. So we get one upgrade. Particle enrichment. Leading edge. Maybe we get some alternate turbos. What does nuclear plastic actually require? This is all just junk. I mean, at some point we're going to have to do this part, but I think I'll take this one. And we go get turbo computers. And then we go back to the no unlock.
The Miner Mark III provides top-of-the-line resource extraction potential,
oh, yeah.
making it even easier to contribute to project assembly.
Miner Mark III.
Project part number 8, the thermal propulsion rocket, is the most complex project part of this phase as it requires turbo motors, and thus requires your best. Fix it, didn't think pioneers such as you could get this far. I am glad we have both proven them wrong.
Thank you, I guess. So, we need to figure out what we want to do today. My thought is, I wish there was like an overview of all the stuff that's built. How do I... How do I open this one without searching? Inbox? Never clicked on that one before. I think this one is sorted by when we discovered them. Oh? Oh, nice. Parts. And then we scroll down by order of discovery. So we need to make stuff like cooling systems. So we got the alternate modular frames. Oh, there's an alternate here. Heatsink, we got the alternate here. Electromagnetic control rods, we don't have the alternate. Weird. Uranium fuel, we got that. Encased uranium, we got that. So we actually could do that. Supers. Oh, there's one alternate super. We don't have radio. There's one alternate radio. Batteries. Ooh, we could do classic batteries. That might be sulfur. Might be a nice thing to do. Yep, that's the... If you want to make all this stuff, then batteries, radio control units, supercomputers. We definitely want that supercomputer. So that means we need radio control units and cooling systems. And we have both of those. Yeah, okay. So I think it's batteries, radio control units we need to do now. I wonder what the last radio control unit, whether that's a good one. Oh, heat sinks. Now with the Mark III miner, you can get more sulfur with more power out of the mine. Yes, I can, but I can't because I can't really get it on any belt because I need the Mark VI belt to transport it out of the mine. So it's not really going to do anything. Keep window open. Yes, but I have something else on my second monitor. Heat sinks is also something I definitely want. That is a hell of a lot cheaper, this one, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yeah. Okay, I think we just build stuff. Let's build stuff. 1, 2, go. It bothers me that I don't have the other one. Which one do we want to do first? I think I want radio control units, but the fact that I don't have the other radio control unit means that now I have to go to the wiki and see if what that radio control unit is like. Radio control unit. Radio connection unit is the one I have, and the last one is the radio control system, which is an oscillator, 10 circuit boards, 60 aluminum casing, and 30 rubber. That's an absurd amounts of things, but we get 3 control units. That seems good. That seems really good. Crystal oscillators are usually a problem, but we actually have those pretty well. Oh, that's a really good one. Radio controls. I want the one I can't have. That's kind of typical, isn't it? What about the supercomputer? That must also be a thing. So I have the normal one, I have the OC, and then the last one is electromagnetic control rods, batteries, and computers, and wire. Then I think I prefer this one, if nothing else, just because it's an assembler, which isn't really that much of an advantage. Screw it. Let's do them from the top. Batteries. Why do we need batteries? I don't know. Let's get batteries. Let's make batteries. Assault and battery. Bling! Freighter re-entry. Heating RCUs, supers. Yeah, maybe. But I don't know what I need supercomputers for, actually. I don't know what they are. Used in nothing. What are they? Really? There's only one thing that uses this? Really? Only one thing that uses batteries? That can't be right. That's because they were used for drones, but they're not even needed for drones anymore. Oh, and that's the... Yeah. They're only used to superstate. What the hell do I need batteries for? They were used to be used for drones, but not anymore. Huh. Okay, screw the batteries. Because I don't want to make that superstate computer anyway. Alright, well, that's fine. Then we'll do something else. Radio control units. Oh, I want the one that I can't have. Ah, typical. And this one I can't do either. Ah! What can I do, actually? What about the electromagnetic control rod? Let's see if I want the one that I can. It's high-speed connector or 2 AI limiters. Then the AI limiter version is cheaper. Yeah, then I want to do that one. Let's do that. So this we have on the bus, this we have on the bus. That means it's a very, very simple build. It is the computer build we need to load. Which is actually the motor build. So let's load the motor build instead. Need supercomputers for the next phase? Yeah, but I'm not at the next phase. Oh, they're purple. Why are they purple? Look at that. The insanity. I should use that for something. What do we think is the most important thing that we want to craft more of? The heavy modular frames are always sucky, aren't they? Well, they're good now. But I can start venting them though. Let's do that. That is on. Oh shoot. Okay. What about crystal oscillators? Sure. That's also on. Damn. Computers? Not on. Now you are. SEM fluctuators. That's also on. Sure. And the last one was high-speed connector is not doing so hot. So that is definitely one that deserves to get a little bit of a break here. There we go. Let's get that. Oh, it was already there, wasn't it? Okay. Go back to our design. Did you fix your coal, by the way? Yes, I did. I did. I have now 3 lines of coal coming in, and they are from... Oh, by the way. is there any way to filter this so that, for example, I don't want to show limestone? Like, go away with limestone. Because for this part, I would probably be like, just, why is there not like an individual checkbox for this? This is, again, like, whoever is in charge of the user experience at Coffee Stain is doing the worst job in all of software development history. It's unfucking believable how bad it is. Like, are you not playing the game? Who thinks this is correct? It really bothers me. It really bothers me because it just seems like so half-assed. Like, this is the stuff where okay, I'm gonna go. This is my rant. That is, it's the same rant. You've heard it before, but you're gonna hear it again. The difference between Factorio and Satisfactory is that my perception, and this comes for me as being the head of a big development department with a portfolio of systems. Coffee Stain is run by product managers. VOOP is run by developers. It's so obvious. And I talked to developers at VOOP, and they were like, yeah, I was playing it, it was really annoying, so I just built it. Like, yes, this is the kind of software you want. You want a software that your developers are actually using, and if they see something that's annoying as the user, they fix it. But I think at Coffee Stain, what it seems to me is that things are like, nope, it has to go through a backlog and filtered and prioritized and all that shit. And then, because stuff like this is never the highest priority. It's never the highest priority. And someone, somewhere in the backlog, there is there's a user story to make this filtered. And it's a small thing. And I bet that the developer has spent more time on creating that Trello story than they have on actually just adding the damn thing in the first place. But to me, Satisfactory seems like a piece of software that's run by product managers, where it's run by a committee, and someone who does not have the finger on the pulse is making the decisions of what's going on. All the menus that are broken are just like, if you played the game and you had access to the code, you just fucking fix it, but you are not allowed to. Right? That's just, for me, that's the sense I get. And it might be completely wrong, but that's the sense I get. So, how do you show, is it on, no, it's radio towers. If we just show, check the resource, you can see I put radio towers here. And if I hover there, they will actually all light up, which is actually really nice. Like, there are some nice features here. But it, obviously the resource, and maybe that's just obvious to me, should be like clickable, so that, for example, now I'd be like, oh yeah, please show me the coal, sulfur, and oil, because those are the things I need for setting up my factory. Cool. So that when you design a factory and go like, okay, I need somewhere that has quartz near some bauxite. Where do I find that? Well, select those two and then look on the map. My job, it's 000. Damn, just let me program, man. I know. All right, so this is, what do we want to do? I can't remember. I got on my rant here. Sorry. What's it? It was this one. Electromagnetic control rods. Oh yeah. So we need to figure out how much this is. This is going to be 6 state. Let's see. First, it is 412. That is electro. And that's 12. Then it is status 16 and AI limiters 12. Okay. Minus 18. That shouldn't be too much. Oh, there was data already. And AI, no, limiter. That's a problem though. That's 12 of these. Don't think we have that. And everything else is just the same because it's just an in and out in an assembler. So we save this as electro. Electro. And I write that 12 per minute. And there are no alternate recipes involved. And I will set that into oh no. Oh, because it hasn't changed name. Okay, electromagnetic control rod. And now I'm gonna set it here. Why can I not decide where I want to place it? It does not register that it's a new blueprint. So it's gonna override it. Hey, W Tiger, thank you for the 22 months. So where is it? It's here. Because it fucking overridden the motor build. Are you fucking kidding me? This is the worst piece of shit UI I've ever seen. And I don't... This is not hyperbole. This is the worst I've ever seen any UI build. It's absolutely atrocious. Maybe Stationeer is worse. Because I didn't get the option to place it because it hadn't realized that it was a new... When I changed the name, it should realize that it's a new one. And it usually does that, but not this time. So now I just have lost my motor build. Fuck. So now I have to go back and make the motor and then... Ugh. I wonder if it's because there was no change to it. Like... Let's do that. No, it still doesn't register that this is a new thing. What if I give it a new name? Oh, I can't even. Now it's... Ah, see, now it says this one already exists because it realized that there is actually a new blueprint. Fuck. So now I don't know what I want to do this one for. It'll override. Sure, override it. Oh yeah, that's not what I wanted. Now I'll take that one out. And then I override again. Yes. And then I go in here. Now it's called motor. But where's my electromagnetic control rods at? This is insane. Now it reverted back and the electromagnetic control rod is gone. No one's coming here and tell me that this is correct. Fucking hell. That is ridiculous. Exactly, I have backup in Google Drive. Yes, and this is also, I don't trust anything in this game until I have it on my Google Drive. That's the thing. Like this things are not safe. So that one, but we get to see like a just good old-fashioned here. There. And that one, and go up here to our blueprints, go into specific. I mean, there are things that work. Should be like this. So the things that I need inbound is status and... Oh, I need power. Hello, kitty. No, you're not going up there. And that will be here. And let's say here. Right? And it's status and AI. Okay. Ooh. Is that... No. We use Mark 3. And it doesn't matter which one goes where. Okay, because now I have the direction. Stator. Oops. Stator is here. Good. Go, the same thing happened to me. I tried using search function on the blueprint screen and it showed up. Yes. I mean, it shows up, so, but you know, I would like it to work in a way that made sense. I mean, I know I'm asking a lot. The thing is also that it's just consistently inconsistent. It's only if it was like, oh, it's always like this, you have to, then I could sort of you could build your routines around it. Like, for example, the when you stack these on top of each other, they rotated. And you kind of got used to it, so you kind of go, oh, okay, well, stack it on top, but remember to check the rotation, because that's always messed up. Then you could sort of work your way around the bugs. But, yeah, to a certain extent. All right. Don't need to keep these around, so let's put them in here. Put you there. And do I want this enabled? Yes. Okay, but this is going to screw us over when it comes to AI limiters. So let's go back to AI limiters and just get a sense of what is being consumed for this. I wonder what is consuming AI limiters. If I knew limiter, then maybe we can see here. No, that's not it. I think there's a better one than this one. Is it? No, this is the one. Okay, so we need to check the crystal oscillator to see how many AI limiters are being munched on. 1.8, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.875 times 4, so that's 7.5, and now I need 12 more, so I need 19.5 AI limiters. And I have 8 plus 8, so that's 16, so that's not enough. That's how this bus works, and I think that's a brilliant thing. It could be a little more structured, but not a lot more structured. And we go in. Get that in. And of course it'll have gradually more cascading effects. Yep, and now we have 38 up. What? Oh, I misplaced. Oh, I missed it. I thought there was something broken with my blueprint. I was like, no, but it wasn't. It was just broken with my dexterity, which is much more tolerable and much less surprising. I mean, that's. Need a new computer. Shape 2 is getting to lag your laptop. Okay, so the Caterium might also start to be a problem here. We are needing 48, but we'll just keep in mind, and if this starts looking a little bit lackluster, then we can just go back and update it. Cool. That was already one thing that we got done. Let's look at our next objective for the parts. The man must be ready. Silicon circuit boards or automatic miner. I don't want any of them. I certainly don't want any of these. Ugh. Ugh. Is there anything that we kind of want? Alternate electric motor? Whatever. We'll take you. Because I kind of have to take something. I don't want to have more than 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, because when I have more than 11, then I can't click the OK button. Unless I do UI scaling, and I don't want to do that. So keep it at 10 stored, because that's blocking out 20 bad recipes. That didn't answer the question though. We gotta go here. We have decided not to make batteries until we have a use for batteries. That's a lot of factory products here. Batteries, radio control units I'd like to make, but I don't have the recipe that I want. Supercomputers, I want this, but I don't have the radio control units. Then electromagnetic controllers, yes please. We got that one. Then heat sinks, I think we want to do that next. I want to do the alternate heat sink. This one is not on the bus, and this one is on the bus. So we have to do this on site. Yeah. Okay, so that's actually a little bit of design. That is a design that takes a constructor plus an assembler. I guarantee you we have one that has constructors and assemblers like that one. Or that one. So we just need to figure out which one is going to be. Let's see, which one is this? This is either circuits or AI limiters are the ones, depending on whether we need one or two. Good evening, Rosanto. Good to see you. It's been a while. You're converging towards certain default builds, like in DSP. Oh, absolutely. I really feel that these builds are so good compared to what I've done before that sure, next time I'll do some, if there is a next time, I'll do some small improvements, but I really feel that it's really difficult to not just do this part. Whether you build it on a bus or not, like, I am definitely building modular builds. It is incredibly powerful. And yeah, I just can't see how I would want to do it, because I'm also just, when I glance at other content creators, then I just see them, I don't know, let's say make a turbo motor factory, and then no, not turbo motor, turbo fuel. That was an example I saw. Turbo fuel, right? So you have someone go, okay, so I need 47 refineries to make heavy oil residue, or heavy oil residue, and then I need 28 of those to make blenders to make the diluted fuel, and then I also need 72 assemblers to make compacted coal, and then I put them all into 59 turbo fuel, and I was like, wow, that seems so awful. That just seems so awful to do that. And go like, all right, now on this floor of the factory, we're just gonna have 79 refineries, and that means that you have nothing. You got nothing going on until you have everything going on. In my world, you can, because you also have to then make the decision of how big are you going to scale it. And then whatever size you start the scaling it at, you have to determine the factory floor print, and then you have to determine, am I going to design for future, am I going to build for now? And that means, because I've been there myself, every single factory gets way too big. And it just, like, the one day, we had one stream where we built 5 different manufacturing builds. I have never built one of those in less than a stream each. And now we just got all of them. It was so ridiculously easy. And we're getting a shit ton of coupons because we're just putting the rest of it in here. So I'm blown away at how good it is. But is that in the end one module still? Just not blueprint modular, but it's one module. No, it's not. I mean, no, because a module is something you can do multiple times, and you're not going to do that multiple times if you sort of have like one big build. Anyway, this one has to be no. We designed it outside of this. So heatsink alternate, 30 of those, and that's coming in. So perfect. That's easy. Okay, so it's going to be a 1-to-1. That means it's the circuit build we need. Actually, it's going to be 1-to-2. Huh. All right, this one gets replaced with the... I think we'll go for the circuit one. Oh, no. Then now I'm going to be having the same issue again because I'm recycling the builds here. So this is going to be a heatsink. There. It's actually going to be even better because this could be 1. Okay, so it has to be heat. It's a little, anyway, it's a different build. It's a different build, but it checks out. Whoop, up, up. There we go. Huh, that's actually less feasible. Oh, no, I can build it in here. I guarantee you I have a build like that. I know I have a build where it's hidden in between those. But where is it? Where are you? There you are. I also have another one that doesn't have these, don't I? Oh, I think I did it, and then I found out that it wasn't that ratio, and then I had to do the other one. Okay, let's design that. to see how people play Satisfactory, and with our Mr. Factorio, I get the impression he is playing Factorio and Satisfactory. That's not at all true. It is not at all true. But you are welcome to feel that way. I wanted for this series to do something different, to challenge the status quo, because every goddamn player is making the same stupid mega factories that are distributed, and it doesn't work very well. And we keep telling ourselves that it works, and I played 1500 hours of this game, and it just doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Because the logistics in this game are not very great. That's just simple as that. So belts are not an option. So you kind of need to do trains to do communication or logistics between spread out factories. That means that you have to build a factory, and then that means you set up a factory and go like, all right, today we're gonna make heavy modular frames. All right, let's see, heavy modular frames. All right, good. Okay, so I need to find a place that I can either import modular frames from my modular frame factory, some encased industrial beam for my encased industrial beam factory. Then I'm going to make the concrete locally, and then I'm going to have the steel coming in. And then you go like, oh, but the steel is already overused already, so I kind of need to make a new steel. So, and do I have enough encased industrial beams to build this as big as I want? And then you start sort of, either you're overdrawing from these factories, or you have way overscaled these factories when you build them. But when you build the modular frame factory, you did not have in mind that you were going to be able, or you had to support 7.5 for every 2.4, and you kind of wanted 10 of these, and that means you actually need to make 30 modular frames. There's no way that you make 30 modular frames when you build your first modular frame factory. So now you're looking at your modular frame factory that proudly outputs 7 per minute, and go like, well, fuck, now I need to redo my modular frame factory because I want a heavy modular frame factory. Or I could make the modular frames on site inside my heavy modular frames, and then just make more iron inbound. And you see that it just, if you draw it from somewhere else, you have to have the other factory also scaled up, which it probably wasn't by the time you build it, because when you build modular frames you only had Mark II belts, so it's probably not going to be a lot of throughput there. So, and going back and updating an existing factory is absolutely atrocious, because you made a really nice building here, and it's compact and it looks great, and it outputs 8 modular frames per minute and can't really be expanded, and there's no such thing as Mark II constructors, so you're kind of just shit out of luck. Or you were looking ahead, and then you built a modular frame factory that puts 50 modular frames output, and then you wasted 8 hours in the early game building a completely useless factory that's going to be not used for the next 50 hours of the game. So it's kind of, you kind of get stuck in these kind of situations, and then in a later game, like in this case, let's say I had factories for modular frames, encased industrial beams, and steel pipes. So requesting this, I'd have to go back to each of those and draw down the stockpile. In this case, you just saw what I did. When I had not enough AI limiters, I just built another AI limiter factory. Done. So the solution for this game is more about how to make scaling trivial, which requires making routing trivial, which because the train automation is so limited, unlike in Victoria. Yes, that's true. It is about, I think the biggest challenge in Satisfactory from a logistical and factory perspective is that it is so difficult to scale. It is incredibly difficult to scale, and it's really difficult to scale something you've already built, especially if you want to make nice, beautiful factories that are well integrated into the train, which is kind of how most people play this game. And then you just really, it's really difficult to expand it afterwards. Actually, that's all junk. Instant scrap. I think it's junk. That's, I don't know. I'll take it because it's a thing. So I think that's kind of my my take on it, is that it is really difficult, and therefore, because scaling is the most difficult part to solve in the game, that's the one that I put my focus on. I put my focus on doing something that is easily scalable by using blueprints that are modular and gets fed from the same line, which means as long as I have enough Caterium, I can just keep scaling my Caterium and, I don't know, plastic or something. I can scale AI limits as much as I want. And if that happens, and if I suddenly run out of plastic or something, then it's time to go back and update my plastic build. So yeah, building good looking designs for most people. Absolutely. And this is why I want to put the factory back in Satisfactory. That's my goal with this series. Oh, I lost my Q button. I think we found a way to get it back. There we go. There we go. I can just select the thing. This is where I need to go from. So I wouldn't say that, oh, I'm just, so this was an answer to, I'm just playing Factorio in this game. No, I am not just playing Factorio in this game. I'm looking at the stuff that is the most difficult part of this game, and then I am addressing how to scale that. And it just so happens to be a solution we already know. I prefer building my blueprints with Mark III belts, so I don't overwhelm. And, oh yeah, this one as well. I'm gonna do it here. That seems more smooth. What? Oh. So this is making casing. Oh, 90 inbound and 60 outbound. This is making heat sinks. The alternate heat sinks, 30 in plus 30 rubber. That's good. There you go. This turbo motor power plant should give me 50 megawatt total in the end. Oh, really? Don't make that. Make a rocket fuel instead. So, I'm not up to rocket fuel yet. But rocket fuel is oh right, yes, rocket fuel requires the aluminium canisters. Yes, all right, so that's, you're right. I would honestly say that skip the turbo motor until you get it. It's, I mean, you saw the build we did yesterday, how good it was. Okay, so what do we need now? I need inbound, inbound, inbound. My logistics are always based on Satisfactory trains. I always have a delivery station and a consumer station, which is also reflected in the names of the station. This way, I always have an overview of what I still have available and what I'm missing. In the latter parts case, I have to tap into new resources, but that's just the functional side. Okay. Does it work though? The most interesting thing is to create beautiful buildings and structures in addition to the conceptual organizational beauty. That's why I always find interesting to see how other players implement, like in Satisfactory. Yes, and I think that you're then more the prototypical Satisfactory player, because that is, yeah, that's how it feels like they intended to be played, right? That they intended to be. Let me be generous. As much architectural as it is, yeah, as much architectural design as it is a factory design. And for me, I'm not saying it's only one of the things, because I'm not gonna lie, I do appreciate a beautiful factory. I'm just not very good at building them. And should I then try to sort of compete against the people who are the best at it, or should I find my niche where I know that I can definitely make a difference? And the answer is pretty clear to me. Yes. This is the return belt with the finished product. I need to actually hook it up. Yeah. And can this work? Yes, it can work. Okay, cool. That's an inbound here, and yeah, and then we're missing, yeah, inbound and inbound and return. Go. That is a nice build, and only thing we need is indicators of what is to be placed where. One, two, three, and we are making heat sinks. We're making 10 per minute, 20 heat sinks per minute. Heat sink. All right, I know there was a comment that I did not see, so 20. Good. And what are we getting? We are 30 rubber, that's 60 rubber. Rubber. We might be running out of rubber, and I need to make a proper rubber. Minus 60? Yeah, that's probably running out soon. Okay, Summer God. It is so funny to observe people defending that is correct way to play it, like you describe most people do, because planning how much you scale it is exactly a chance to solve. I feel almost like Stockholm Syndrome. People were suffering from scalability problems for so long that they learned to love it. Yes. Oh. That is profound. I love that. I love that comment. Thank you, Summer God. It's so correct. Yeah. It's a little bit of a Stockholm Syndrome in this regard. I completely agree. That it's... And this is why I think that generally the Factorio community is different from the Satisfactory community. And I'm saying at large, the Satisfactory community is brainwashed fanboys. I know not everyone, but the core of it is so that if I, for example, make a video that says, that does this thing, here's an efficient way, main bus and modular designs, and there we go. And then people will be, you are ruining the game, you are optimizing the fun out of it, where's the fun in this, you should be, and all that stuff. Because, I'm like, why? What, does it hurt you that I'm playing it in an effective way and just focusing on the factory design? Why does it hurt you? Why do you feel that I'm ruining some of the fun for you? This way, what I find super interesting is that every single thing is a new design challenge. How can I fit it into a blueprint? And I've actually started to, if the UI was just working, then I'd actually kind of started to like the blueprint design, because it's a little city block, right? It's a little city block that I can see what can we squeeze into this. And that's a nice little design challenge. That means that every single product is now becoming a design challenge. Instead of just going like, all right, I need 23 of these, and I need 48 of those, and I need 12 of those, and then just long rows of in and out, in and out, in and out, and then the next long row of in and out, in and out. And then I'm not saying this is better, but this is definitely a valid way, and it's not sort of ruining the fun. And if you want to use my blueprints, then so be it. That's for you. If you want to optimize them, if you want to take my blueprints to say, awesome, now I can take this blueprint and then I can focus on making a cool design, but I know that the internal part is built by someone who got their shit together. And I think that's amazing. It's kind of like car makers. You can have like a small company that makes like really luxury cars, and underneath it's just an Audi, because they took an Audi platform and then they just built a cool thing on top of it and they tuned the engine a little bit and all that stuff. But at the core of it, it's an Audi that's got a rehash, and that's cool. And then you'll pay 5 times as much for this really exotic, I don't know, Koenigsegg or whatever. I don't know if that's an Audi underneath, but some random unique thing that's just, oh yeah, it's just a engine from something. Audi is not a bad car. I mean, I was comparing my factory to an Audi. Do you think that I'm saying that my factories are shit? No, it's a good car. Why would you think that I would compare myself to a bad car? The one is found that builds basically everything in the house. Yeah, I know. I was also afterwards like, wasn't there something like that does that? But anyway, like Formula One cars, like, then, like, I don't know that these guys, do they make engines? I don't think they make engines. I think they buy it outside. They buy a Honda engine and then they put a Red Bull Racing on it. But they're soft drink makers. They make sugar water. They don't make engines. It's Verstappen to Honda engine, and voila, exactly. Yeah. So anyway, I mean, what are we looking for here? We're looking for the ingot, alloy ingot, and then it's -90. Right? That's definitely not running out. I think this one is ready. So let's give it a new name. I don't need to do the 1.0. That's kind of obvious by now. This is heatsink in one word. And it is 20 per minute. And it is, oh, what is the alternate heatsink called? Okay, heatsink in 2 words. All right. Heat exchanger. 20 per minute and heat exchanger. I'm writing this alternate recipes that are needed for this, and then I put it into generic, or that one, and then I need to change the signal or the here, heat sink. Perfect. Select, save the blueprint, and then it reverts back to undefined, undefined. But that's the way it is. That's the way of the world. Is your heatsink blueprint out of scale with inputs? I see that you're making 90 casing, but only spent... No. I'm taking 90 in, but I'm producing 60. And each of these are consuming 30. So it's completely in sync. But thanks for asking. No, it's good. Rather check it once too many than not at all. We have the folks who flex their Excel skills for a task that could finish with a one line and a command line. Yeah. Well, that's a different set of skills. And then sometimes you also see people doing something in Excel and go like, that should not be possible. Why is that possible to do that in Excel? Like, I've seen Gantt charts that auto-update, and I was like, that's crazy. That's like, just things shifting and moving. Or like, you should not use Excel for this. Don't do that. Oh, by the way, I think we have enough Mercer Spheres. Oh yeah, look at that. Every time I load the game, I get this for free. This is always down here when I load into the game. I always get this for free every time I load into the game. I mean, I wish it was something valuable, but it's not. But it's still weird. Put all of it in. Anything else that heat sinks? Sure. I'm gonna keep that because I need to remind myself to put it back into the network. There we go. You're my favorite creator. Just wanted to say that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Did you watch the Financial Modeling World Cup? No, I don't. But I did watch one World Cup. I watched the GeoGuessr World Cup. I think that is interesting. Like something that... sorry for getting distracted. I'm just not really taking my breaks now. But anyway, I am... like, I haven't followed it like rigorously, but I know that it was a thing, GeoGuessr. And I knew this Trevor guy, Rainbolt. Saw some of his things and it was really impressive. But what I really think is amazing is the set of skills you need to have in order to be a good GeoGuessr. That is impressive because there are some skills, like for example, you want to be a good League of Legends player. Yeah, you need League of Legends skills. That's it. But to be a good GeoGuessr, you need some really weird skills, but you also like, oh yes, of course he reads Cyrillic, and of course he reads Thai, and of course he reads like, so you suddenly need to learn that. And then you need these really obscure knowledge like, oh, if you're in Japan, you should look at power poles. Don't run into power poles, because there is a marker on the power poles that will indicate the region. And if you know the 3-letter abbreviation for every region in Japan, then by looking at a power pole, and if you can kind of see that it's a TSB, then you know, probably not a B, but anyway, then you can see what it is like. That's pretty obscure. But then there's also the part where with like, oh, this is typical Mongolian grass. Like, you just saw a dirt road in a grass field and you go like, yes, this is typical Mongolian grass, and you boop 72 kilometers away. Like, fuck. It's just one of those where it's just mind-blowing how it is. And of course, when you sort of get to it, then there's something about like the what generation of they can say, oh, this is a 4th gen, so there's image quality, which means that it rules out some areas. And if you can see it's in Asia, then you know that there's only certain parts of Asia that have 4th gen, and that's a clue as well. Then you can sort of see on the antenna that's on the vehicle, you can see what kind of vehicle, you can see the color of the vehicle sometimes, and you go like, oh, this is a red vehicle. The red vehicle is not in Venezuela, but it's in Colombia. So therefore, if you see a red vehicle, then you know it's, and you can't really tell if it's one or the other, and then, you know, those kind of things. You're like, okay, that's pretty impressive. And like, oh, this is double dash lines, and there's yellow lines on the side, and, you know, these kind of things. We're like, okay, there's a lot of skills that are really, really cool. So, doing yours blindfolded? The comment in the chat, that was impressive. Blindfolded, right, okay. Just acquired by playing GeoGuessr over and over. The selection still is limited. I don't think those are acquired by playing GeoGuessr. I think that's also like a meta in terms of someone compiling all the street signs in a country, so you can go like, all right, this week I'm going to study Scandinavia. So we're going to look at Scandinavia. We're going to look at what trees are in Scandinavia. We're going to look at the sign. We're going to look at how the lines are done, what the difference between Swedish and Danish signatures, and how you can spot the difference. Like, you can grind all that, and I'm sure that someone will compile packages of like, here are all the signs that are unique to Denmark, and if you see this bollard here, that's typical Australia, and only this part around Melbourne area, and that's... I love that kind of nerdish thing. It's the kind of stuff that I could get into. Love that. Did I make it weird? Yeah. Because that's the stuff that I would be, nerding about. And but I thought it was so interesting, and I guess that after some time, it'll kind of sort of melt together and probably look a little bit the same and that. But just absorbing it for the first time is really interesting. Oh, no. There, Mark 3. Yeah, we don't have any opinions about which one goes where yet. There. Okay, so let's see. The lowest one is the one that goes in... that one. Okay, so the lowest one is the one that goes in here. So that's the aluminium. So let's go there. Or aluminum. That's far away. It's also like the skill set for GeoGuessr is something that is kind of relatable in a way. Because you can, I looked at something and I was like, I got the sense that it could be Denmark. It could be Denmark. I was not sure because Denmark is a small country, but it was just something, I couldn't tell why, but it just felt like Denmark. It was like, the forest was very Danish forest. I was like, there's probably other forests that look exactly like it, but it just had this Danish, and then there was a sign that said Rønne, and I was like, they had already guessed it. But that was... one of them had, the other one just saw that it was Denmark and hit the wrong end of the country. But then you get like that intuition, because I've been, living here for 40 something years, then you kind of build a little bit of of sort of an intuitive feel for what it looks like. But that's the thing, like having that within a split second for every country in the world. That's just... it's not just impressive, it's something that, I don't know, it almost turns me on. Like, this is the kind of nerdy thing that I love. Like that specific knowledge. There. And it goes in. Are you sure it's low on? No. Not anymore. I was until lower, it goes in here. That one. Are they coming? Yes, coming. And the other one was Rubberino. Are you running mods? Nope, I'm not. I'm running the advanced game settings. That's why we fly. And there will not be any hype trains today because, well... no notifications, and also, well... Does that connect? I don't know. We'll see. It does connect. Nice. Do you have videos explaining the bus system? Yes, I do. It's called How to Build Your Main Bus. And the thumbnail is It Actually Works. And it has surprising amount of views, like 60,000 or something by now. So it's really nice. Really nice. Rubberinos are coming in. Let's see that it's working. Love your buttons, man. I used to use your button Dyson Sphere. I was not subscribed. I do not have access to templates. I mean, I think there's a lot of convenience of just being able to download the blueprints. But if you like what you see me build it either on stream or on YouTube videos, so you can build it yourself. And there's nothing stopping you from watching the same video twice and stopping and pausing and all that stuff. That is totally fine. This is why I very, very rarely just go to a place and just go like, here, random blueprints, stamp, now random blueprints, stamp, random blueprints, stamp. I really like designing it on camera and maybe cut out some of the finer points, like, okay, now I'm just going to hook up power. But, I mean, it's just a convenience. It's not a necessity. Okay, let's see some. Oh, are we? Yeah, we are. Whoop, there we go. Blip. That is heat sinks. Awesome. I keep forgetting. You guys need to remind me of the ma'am. It must be done. Yes, I just don't see. Ooh, there we go. That's the one we wanted. Yes, yes, yes. Finally we got something. I think we wanted it. I did. Sorry. I wasn't listening then. I went and played a casual game of geoguessing at my work, and one guy managed to pinpoint a small city in Argentina within 3 kilometers. Turns out he's from Argentina and saw his friend in the photo. Alright, that's a little bit... that's a little bit unfair. It's like, oh yeah. Now we're gonna load. Let's just load the default here. Baseline. And so now we can do the electromagnetic. Oh, we did have... Oh, right. Oh, never mind. So now I got the other one that I didn't need. Okay, never mind. We'll pretend that I wanted it. But the thing is here, for example, let's say we want uranium fuel rod for our uranium thing. I'm not going to build this on the bus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a way to hook up this build that we built for electromagnetic control rods, hook it up to a drone port so they can export it from there. And I'm imagining that we want to build some drone ports on top of this, just basically out there and just go, and then a drone port. I don't know how that's going to work. It's a thing. Why do you not put these on the bus for later projects? Oh, I should. I absolutely should. I just kind of forgot. Kind of got carried away on all the design work. Anyway, electric locomotive. No, I'm not going to make that one. Anyway, we want to scroll down here and see which ones. So we got the heat sinks. Now the cooling system, we have the 2 options for the cooling system. This will require nitrogen gas, which is not too bad. This one also requires water, which is less attractive, but we have motors and we have heat sinks on the bus and we get 2 cooling systems. So this blender recipe is the shit. On the bus, and then we need to get some liquid inbound. We have nitrogen gas not so far away. We have it up there, which we're just going to bring in with pipes. Your face is apparently a good hub meter. Yes, well. Okay, so yes, that's just a blender recipe. Oh, I lost my Q button again. There we go. Blender. Big boy blender. And we're going to look at it from over here. Let's just park it in the middle. That is exactly in the middle. Boop. Should I make 2? I don't know. Cool. I need it for supercomputers. Let's have a look at this recipe. This takes 6 per minute. So this one only producing 5 is not really enough. So here comes the next question. Can I fit 2? Oh, I just barely can't. No. Okay, so that is... It is like this. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna get... Let's teach us all your videos and build it step by step. Could you give away some basic blueprints for all viewers? Maybe the current thing you explain on YouTube? No. It's sorry. It's also tedious to do all of this work and set it up, and that's the uh, if you don't want to build it yourself, you can download it as a patron. But that's kind of how I decided it's gonna be done. And I understand it. I can fit 2 in a 5x5, but I don't think I want to do 5x5 on the bus. There's nothing preventing you from doing the same thing that I'm doing, and you can do it faster because you don't have to make all the mistakes that I do. So it's available, and if you want to just download it and just skip to the conclusion, then that's a perk that I reserve for patrons. If I start going like, okay, these are the basic ones and these are the premium ones, then it just feels weird. And by the way, other creators do the same thing. Whether they do it afterwards or after I did it, I don't know. But that's definitely something that I'm doing. I did it for Shapes and it was really successful. And I do it for Satisfactory, and I'm also going to do it for Factorial because I really want to incentivize supporting on Patreon, and this works, and it's yeah. So I think that's how it's going to be moving forward. Why aren't you using 5x5? If you explained it before, I wasn't on stream. Let's do a 5x5. Lani, you're right. I didn't explain it. It's more to the sense that I didn't want to build a 5x5 because all the other ones are 4x4. And now I'm like, okay, I can't assume that people have it, but I can actually assume that people have it because this is pretty late. So let's make it as a 5x5 just to sort of also make it a little bit different. So, good thing. And for everyone else, look at how efficient way to manipulate me that was. Asking an open question, which makes me think about my arguments and then realize I don't really have any strong arguments and I don't even have a strong opinion, and then I change my mind. But yeah, that's how the moderators have learned to manipulate with me in the easiest way. Just doing that. So now I gave away the cheat code. Please explain. Maybe I don't know, but please explain why you're doing this insert really stupid thing I'm doing. Well, actually it's... Oh. Yeah. All right. I guess you have a point. This is middle. I'm not going to make 4 in here. Don't think I can fit the ins and outs of it. But I like this. This is good. So the reason why I didn't want to do this is because there will now be a gap between the 4x4 ends here and the 5x5 will now reach out on the other side. It looks weird. It looks awful. But it works. Enjoy your Ships 2 man blueprint save. I keep it in a separate save game just to look at and occasionally to understand things better. Oh, that's such a cool idea. But I don't just copy it over. I'm in the process of... That's such a nice thing. It's like having a cheat sheet, or you build something and go like, is this really the best way of doing it? Let me see how someone else did on it. Yeah, mine is just as good. Or, yeah, mine's better. Or, no, this one's better. Oh, I didn't think you could do it this way. You can still make it 4 wide, but 5 wide. Ooh, yeah, I could, though. I could. Oof. But is that going to be too weird? You could think of this single blueprint more as a teaser for the whole collection of Patreon, but never mind. I just thought it's something viewers would like to have. Yes, it is definitely something viewers would like to have. I'm going to be a little bit facetious here by saying viewers would also like me to continue to keep a channel that is not full of advertisement for Raid Shadow Legends and hair loss products and shitty VPNs and template builds for websites. I do that because I choose not to do those kind of things on my YouTube channel. I also don't put ads in the middle of my videos. I just don't do that. I have 5,000 videos on YouTube. I've never done it, and I'm not going to do it. Why? because I rely on Twitch subs and patrons. And how do I rely on that, on Twitch subs and patrons? I gotta incentivize people to pledge there. And if I didn't have any incentive, then I wouldn't get any patron. I mean, this is being like really putting it too extreme, but there's a certain aspect of it, right? So if I don't incentivize people to pledge on Patreon, then it's gonna decrease over time, just generally, and that means I'm gonna be like, I can no longer pay rent. I like rent. I like not living in a cardboard box under a bridge with my kids and my 2 cats. So maybe I should start promoting Raid Shadow Legends, or I should say should try to get people to pledge on Patreon, because that's the stuff that is most valuable to me. It is the highest payout percentage with 90%, which is amazing, and it also is something that's very reliable. When people pledge on Patreon, they're generally going to stick around for a while. Speaking of Twitch sub, hello Nico. I don't know. Speaking of, yeah. What? Your mic is not fine? What? Bloop, bloop. I don't know. You're the only one who says it. These are junk, so clickety click. Steel cast bait. I don't want any of this, but you know, I gotta take one of them. Do you have a special emote for patrons? Nope. I have a. You can see there's a VIP for Templars, but I haven't updated it in a while, so it might be someone who's fallen out. Okay, so haha, do we want to do that? I am really easily swayed right now. I am so easy to manipulate with. Because, oh, I have to move all the lights as well. Well, actually, no. I think I just need to remove these lights. That one, that one, that one. I'm gonna try it. I really shouldn't have these here. I just really like those lights. I really shouldn't have it because they make all the blueprints way too expensive in terms of quartz. But hey, I'm incentivizing you to go get some quartz. There you go. Do you plan to stream to 1 AM? Yes, I think so. That's my plan today. I just wanted a little. Just wanted to stream it a little bit. Okay, so this one will attach really nicely to the other ones. But it still, it sucks. This is not the right thing. This is not correct. Oh, why am I doing this? Oh, it's because it's late and I'm gullible because I'm happy. I've been doing nice ropes, so I'm happy and therefore easily manipulated. Ugh. Oh, and this is, it's inconsistent. Like, why do I not just make a 4x4 and just do 2 of them? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But hey, we tried it and it turned out to not make any sense. Endorphins are evil, and they are indeed. They are deceptive. It's also like, okay, so did I put, oh, I turned the wrong way. It's really nice. I've been going for private lessons from probably one of the best in Denmark, which says a lot. And he's basically taught me. He said I don't have a lot more to teach you, so now I started on the most advanced course, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be exciting to go there. And my model, she's also like, I mean, you are just ahead of the curve with everyone else, and just the practice and the dedication and the way I approach these things is kind of the same way I approach factories. So I'm like, as she was like, we all know that this thing here, you'll have practiced it on 3 different models of different sizes for the next time. So you've found out all the kinks and the quirks of this new type for next time. So I'm like, yeah, it is true. That is kind of how it's gonna be. It's kind of, it's a feature, it's not a bug that I approach things like that. Hey Navicar, thank you for your 3 months. Started at DSP World after playing it once in 2021. Glad to see you, have you been nice. What kind of course is it? It's a course in Shibari, so rope. And if you don't know what that is, you can Google it. What are we doing here? Cooling device. Cooling device, indeed. Yeah, rope pipe. And I still want to use tier 3s for this. That's the outbound. Google it in a private tab. Yeah. Let's see, they have 2 solids inbound and 1 liquid. Okay. No, actually, I want to take them 1 out like this. That looks much better, especially when we also do the next thing. I should take this one out as well, so it's consistent. Making human chandeliers with rope. Yes, kind of. Okay, that's an interesting, interesting perspective. But I don't dislike that description. Making human chandeliers. Again, this does not need to be a Mark II pipe, but why not? Shibari is quite a beautiful thing. Yes. So for me, it's past midnight. It's late. For me, we talked a little bit about why we do rope. And of course, there's all the usual stuff. There's all the connection, the dominance, the sexual things, all that stuff. But for me, I was also sort of like, aside from all these things, it gives me a state of flow. And I don't think when I'm in a rope session, and it is absolutely the most wonderful feeling to just, I feel like an artist, and I'm just like, okay, so it's tying up this rope, just go over there, and then you just secure it, and I think, oh man, this thing that it's in the hands, and you just go like, there, and then tighten it, and I go, okay, and then you just look, and you just take a step back from your piece of art that you've created. You look at it and go, I think we'll tie something here, and then stretch like that, and like, it's such a feeling of flow. It combines. It's the same way that I look at these designs and go like, no, it needs to be fixed somehow. Like, let me try this thing. Oh yes, and then you just, it just feels right when you just get that feeling of, that's it. This works. So it's and then you're just like. And then there's the sexual stuff as well. There's a lot of technical detail. This is why I love it as a hobby, because it's a hobby that you can spend time on when you're not spending time on it. Like, you can watch some stuff, you can practice some stuff, and you have like the rope maintenance and all that stuff, and that means that there's a lot of sort of technical stuff around it. So it appeals to me in the same way that you can sit in the car and think about what you're going to do in the factory when you go home, and it's kind of the same feel to it. Let's see the inbounds. They're going to be down here. Oh, I can't turn it when it's already placed. Let's do that. Here. Here. That one, that one. Electrician work felt the same way for me as well. Yes, and I think the musicians have it, artists have it. It is a sense that I have not had. I get it a little bit when playing a factory game for myself, but not so much when I'm streaming. Then I don't get this sense because I'm performing. Even if it's nice and relaxing and all that stuff, it's just a completely different sense. But this flow state, it is a flow state, and it's just amazing. And I feel like an artist, and it actually feels very artistic. Mark 3 belts, that's what we're gonna go with for all our normal builds. Then we can increase them if we want to. Oops, we forgot to do this. Connect it. Connect it. And connect it. That's in. And the MAM. Good thing we have 2 MAMs around here. Bleached. No thanks. Come on. I'll take the electric circuit boards. Just because. Thank you. Thank you. Good thing. Good spot. It's triggered something, I guess. Yes. Do you expect some special recipe in MAM? Kind of. Cooling system, we got that, and let's see. I feel that there's at least a supercomputer build I don't have. There should also be turbo motor builds I don't have. Fuse modular frames I don't have. Heatsink. No, there's nothing there. Supercomputer, there's one here. Radio control units. There's the radio control unit, that's the one we need. Could it be that... Let's actually see if the radio control unit, it's impossible to get that. Maybe it is. Because it's the radio control unit that we are needing. That's the one that blocks us from moving forward. It's radio control system. It says you just need tier 7 control system development. We have that. Oscillator, circuit board, aluminum casing, and rubber. I want that. But I don't have it. So that's the recipe we're looking for. Yeah, how's it going? What progress have you made from your recent YouTube video to now? We built a few small build heat sinks, electromagnetic control rods, and working on cooling systems now. Yep. Okay, so now the last one is actually the gas parts. So where are we going to get the gas inbound? Ooh, that's bad. Oh, no, it's bad, not bad. It's perfect. Everything is awesome. I'll just build it in here. Right. Yes. Why does it not connect here? Weird. And I do... Whoops. Why does it not connect? I've never seen that before. How does it not connect to the... Look at that. It's like a magnet. Like... Odd. Now it does. Weird. And then... There. Yeah, upgrade the top. Maybe it bugged. There we go. Maybe it bugged. What advice might give on searching for hard drives? My advice for searching for hard drives is called... I will... where is it? There we go. There. Satisfactorycalculator.com. There we go. You can load your save so you can see which ones you have, and you just keep that on the second screen where you should have me, but you'll put that on for a bit, and then you'll go, you'll just go like, oh, okay, so it's on top of that one. Okay, let me go there. And then you can check what is necessary, and you can hopefully skip the ones that you can't make. I found one with a superposition oscillator, which I don't really have a lot of those. Third monitor. Yeah, I don't have a third monitor. I just have 2 monitors. The funny thing is when people who are gamers see my setup and go like, are you kidding me? Is this like... Or I've even had dates where like, my 10-year-old son has a more professional setup than that. I'm like, yeah, I don't give a shit. It works. It doesn't matter to me. I don't need like blinking lights and RGB sounds. And I also see that a lot of people have like a lot of stuff in the background where like, oh, I have these little trinkets and I have my YouTube plug and all that stuff in the background. Like, I don't know. Do you guys like that? Like the stuff like you have something in the background and some background lights, and then you have a little plushie, and you have the... Oh, I should get my Satisfactory plushie. I have that somewhere. It's like, I don't know. Hearing colors, synesthesia, right? Motor, heatsinks, 10 heatsinks. Good thing we just built a heatsink build. It's one of those things where I'm like, I don't really feel that that would add anything. And then motor. There we go. Minus 2.5. And this one is the liquid, and that is 60 nitrogen gas. Minus 60. There we go. So this design is now ready. Let's save it as 4x4. Nothing silly here. That's called a cooling system. And I get 5 per minute, and I have the recipe cooling device. And I put the blueprint there. And then I give it an icon. Cool. Blueprint saved. So, the easy part is stamping it down. Power lines. God damn, that's a good point. Good point. Kind of important. Let's get one out there. Yes. And then we save it again. Make sure that it goes back to that location. And save it again. Also a good idea is to check this to see if there's any alkyd aluminum sheets. That means that there's probably Mark 5 belts, and that's a problem. Hello, Ghost of Phoenix. Anyone figured out what the mysterious whoosh sounded? No, I don't know. There we go. Thank you for showing the mysterious whoosh sound for us. Oh no, this is the last one I have pre-prepared. Oh, look at that. That's a junk belt. Because this sucks until we get the level 6 belt. Okay. Get over here. Get the generic, the start one. Can't believe you almost got me to build a 4x5. Damn, I am a gullible idiot here. You almost got me. Man, would I have hated myself in the morning. Like, what the hell was I doing? Well, this one is not so easy because we somehow need to find our what's it called? The nitrogen to get in here. But we also need 2 items in, and what is that? That is, doesn't matter which one it is. So it's heat sinks and motors. That means we actually need to get the heat sinks on the bus. We also probably should do the electromagnetic rods. And this one is in the bus, yes. So let's do the electromagnetic rods first. This is the painful part of doing a bus design. Because it's not great. That was one. Now next one. Ooh, the map is ready. Give us some good recipe. Still the same damn junk. Turbo blend fuel. I don't know. I don't need it, but let's take it because it's an advanced recipe. I gotta take them anyway. Packageable drone port module that goes between the shredder module and the actual blender module. What? Shredder and blender? This is this one. This has to go back on the bus. I'm producing at 20 per minute. And I'm gonna consume... Oh no! Who did that? Oh man. Oh, they should have switched places. Damn, that sucks. Oh, that sucks. No! I mean, one of them has to move a little bit, so might as well move this one a little bit, right? It's gonna just go in here anyway. It's not ideal. I can see that, but on the other hand, it's also just... It just needs to go on the bus. And then it needs to branch off to go back here. This is kind of silly. Okay, but this one requires heat sinks and motors. Okay. And they just go straight in, so there's no... Whoops. Maybe it's actually a good idea not to take this one, because that would collide if this is one of those high throughput items. Yes. But neither motors or... Yeah. Okay, let's try to keep that in mind. Motor and heatsink. So let's just go down until we find the motors. They are... Yeah. Got it. And the other one will be heat sinks, which we just spent a lot of time just getting all the way as far as possible and then bring it back. That's kind of the biggest disadvantage of this kind of bus, because I like to have plenty of space and clarity and all that stuff, and because of that it's just taking way too much space, but I have to accept that. If it ends up getting over there, then I just knock out that part. And there we go. Well, not there we go, because now we have the more difficult part. That is out here, and we want to scan for nitrogen. There. So we need to not get it above, but try to get it around. It's that one. So I think we need to just drag it around here. I don't care about flying pipes and belts and stuff. Sometimes when I tune into a stream by one of my fellow content creators, well known in the community and all that stuff, then I just see them just sitting there for 2 hours making oil go back on a beautiful raised thing with supports and all that stuff to bridge across a great cliff, and it's slowly just curving it around like a... All right, well, awesome that 1,000 people want to watch that. Sure. But, you know, oh, we got radio control units. That's what we need. We need radio control units. I just don't have the patience for it. Radio. I don't understand why we don't get this recipe. To each stone, exactly. To each stone, that's exactly it. And they also would probably look at my factory and go like, oh my god, this is boring, it's ugly. Like, you have all these buildables, you all these potential for making things beautiful, and you choose to make it as ugly as possible. And I go, yeah. Yeah. I don't know what I think about this. This is... That's exactly what... Pure... It also is a little bit... like this... I got some weird comments on this from... not comments, but it was saying weird things. Power lines. Let's get a power line here. Really simple way to get this powered. Also makes sense to have a power plant next to a power building. Ooh, we can actually just scrap all of this and reclaim the coal. That's actually nice. Oink. So, how are we going to do this? I think we're going to go up here, because that also goes up here. So we need to get up to this level. And isn't there something about this not requiring pumps? I think so. That seems like just a great location. It's probably not high enough. No, it's not. It's not. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here and just get it a little bit higher. Form over function in my game. That's literally the name of this series. Form over function. No, function over form. Huh. Gas is only pumping. Okay. And I'm gonna start from here, I think. Is that the working? Yes. Now that looks too low for this one over there. How does it... It must be the curvature of the planet that makes it look like it's higher up the other place. Only fluid need pump. Does that mean it can spread by itself to these? I'm weirded out about it. Okay, so this was correct. It was a little bit higher up. Nice. We don't know if we're going to need it for something else. Probably will, so. Straight over this. I think this is where we need to bring it up. Off you go with that. So, we are going to fill up a single pipe. That should be all we need, right? Ooh. The lamp is ready. Something good. Okay, we keep getting the same thing. Superstate computer. That's nice because we also want that. Superstate computer. So now we can do supercomputers. I don't know. Don't think that's actually what I want. But hey, every time we get a roll, then we reduce one from the pool. And that means it's more likely that we get what we want. Okay, so how much do I get from this? Is there any way to see? Producing. 780 in total. And I can only get 601 pipes. So I'm just going to get 600 and be happy about it. Which I'll get in here. And then go up. Oh, this is a little bit nightmarish to build. Especially because this is on a slope. Ugh. That's going to be a little bit awful. It's a weird thing how this works, but you need to plug in all of these things and then you have to merge them together in pipes to go up there, which is pretty awful. Because pipes don't really want to stay at the same place. That one. That one, that one. Then I can bring in This is awful. Why did I even do this? I forgot one important thing. If I do this, at least lock it into the grid. There's the grid. What? So it's like, yeah, that's, I know, I was, what? Oh, right, oh, any advice? Yes, I answered it on, with words and such, and I also showed you a link. I guess that one needs to come in first. Oh, there's one more. Well, that was anything but smooth, but okay. Does it work? And then I go my nitrogen swatch. Whee! It's really difficult to see nitrogen gas, but that is true. Do you need them all? No, but once I hook them up, I might as well. Hold on, isn't there a way to do this? No. Isn't there a way that, I don't know, is there a way to set that now I want to, on the customizer, I choose this and then right click, and that means pipes. I'll do that now. That doesn't change all the existing pipes, but that means that from now on, pipes will be this color. And then I just have to remember to switch it back. Is that correct? It's correct. Which is kind of convenient when you're drawing pipelines. Could have built a train for this. Then we would not see any progress today. I don't know, I'm not so in love with the trains yet. I think they look amazing, but I don't think they I think they're really, really a lot of trouble to set up. And I don't know, I don't think a 5x5 blueprint is in any way, shape or form sufficient to set it up. Or to make any useful blueprints for trains, but I don't know, but I just wouldn't imagine that would be the case. But train stations are huge. Exactly, the train stations are, yeah, the rails are fine, but it's the train stations obviously, yes. So this one just goes over to find the location. It's probably like right there or something. So you set up trains for something that is high quantity, high throughput, long distance. I don't have anything like that right now. I might have it later. Oh, I think we got too far. We got way too far. Okay, let's go up and see where we are. It's not completely off. And let's see, where do we want to get it in? Oh, I should put that into the blueprint as well. But not using the swatch, but using just default. Okay, so this will be... And then we close the door after us. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly where we are. Nice. Isn't this correct? Nope, it's not correct because this is placed in a bad location. Why? Yeah, it's just one off the center. Okay, so I should have moved it. There, that would be perfect. All good? Well, it's probably not connecting right now because, you know, something is kind of missing. So the fact that we don't have to worry about resources, they just come into it. So that is the dimensional update. Is dimensional depot is such a nice feature. It is ridiculously good. Done. And can we squeeze a little ma'am in here somewhere? Yes, right there. Hard drive, come on. Still the same junk as always. We got it. That's the one we were looking for. And we got the supercomputer as well. So now I don't actually think we need anything new. Alright, so that means we can actually unlock. We can unlock more tech. In-game, yeah, I did use that. Used to do that, but it's not the fog has been improved significantly, so I don't actually mind it. I mean, the fact that I can see clearly here is really nice. Okay, so are you getting anything? Yes, you are getting something. Are you getting anything? Yeah. Nice. All right. I had a bunch of what? Sunrise what? You had a bunch? Have you ever made a conveyor omnisorter? No, I have not. That sounds awful. It sounds like a Reddit post. It sounds like something someone makes for a Reddit post, and it kind of works under special conditions, but it breaks and then it gets stuck. But it's pretty cool, and for a Reddit post, it looks awesome, and you get a lot of upvotes because they are very valuable. And then it doesn't really make sense to it. That's just what it sounds like based on that. But no, I have not. I think we want one more of this. I got so exhilarated by this, and we can also support it. Unless you read belt speed maxes, which you actually do, so... okay, so first thing we now need to switch it... No, we don't. Yes, we do. We do want to switch it back. So this one is the pipeline swatch, which I don't want. I want back to pipelines. There we go. Then I want to make another one of these blueprints. Cooling. And then we hook things up. That one, and that one, and that one, and this one. And then we do the switch. No, I did that. No, don't do that. Everything is ruined. There we go. Everything got unruined. Like that, we just doubled the capacity. So this is now making 10 of each. And then we're using a little bit of motors. That's nice. But we're now also drawing up all of our... Here. All our heatsink. 20 heatsink being produced, 20 heatsink being consumed. That's not a good sign. So I think we need to double our heatsink, which probably will kill our rubber. But then that's kind of something we should then take a look at in the last 2 minutes of the stream. Heatsink. Boop. I love how easy it is to scale up in this build. Like, yes, once in a while we will realize that we are overusing something. And then we're overusing it. Sure, we'll fix it then. But we can also quite easily see that nothing is being overused. But this one's moving. So maybe when this one starts looking half empty or doesn't look like a full belt, then we just have to fix it. But aside from this, not much is moving. Damn. Looks ugly, but it works. I don't know. I don't think it looks ugly because I appreciate the beauty in the overview. Because what kind of method do you have in Satisfactory to stand in one place and get a sense of every single one of your factories, how they work? You don't. You have no idea if your steel factory at the other end of the map is working correctly. I know my steel factory is working fine. And if I don't, then I see this, see it empty, right? As long as the belts are full, everything is good. It's that simple. It's such a nice visual indicator when we can't have warnings. That would also be nice to just have warnings when something runs out or something runs full, or, you know, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Really need better blueprints here for these. One more thing on the bus. We're starting to use the last space, and it's also here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can still expand a little bit further. This line is just where the map is. The edge of the real map is out here, so we still have a little bit of space. Yeah, should have alarms like in DSP, or Captain of Industry would be better. Like the Captain of Industry setup would be amazing. This is interesting that it's already sending it out here. Huh, that seems incorrect. Why are they sending it out here instead of up? Oh, because it sucks. That's why. Because I'm relying on this one. This one is not evenly splitting out. It's just randomly splitting out. And if it decides that this one should be prioritized, then... Did we get one in? 35. Okay, so when it creates 2, then it gets something else. Oh, yeah, you know what it can do? I can... Well, hello there. And hello there. Oh no, that uses a lot of power. It goes from 75 to 300. Oh no, 300 megawatt of power. Oh no, what are we gonna do? Oh dear. We are gonna run out. Oh, wait a minute. We still have We still have a little bit to go. Or if we really were running out, then, you know, we could also just slap one of these down. And then we'd get another 6,700 megawatt of power just like that. Just from the boost. Look dreadful to build without the ability to survive. Oh yeah, it is. It is a dreadful to build without the ability to survive, because you're just gonna be like this, and then people get nauseous and can't get the overview. So I don't think I'm gonna ever play this game without flying. Jetpack is useless for building, and hoverpack is good for building, but it's way too late. Like, I would have quit the game, rage quit the game. I didn't catch up on the episode. Are you running on turbo fuel? Nope, I'm running on rocket fuel. 225 oil, 600 sulfur, 300 coal, 450 nitrogen, and 600 water. So none of that is high quantities, and that gives 54,000 megawatt of power. Power pad also includes full electric grid. Yes, then we'll just have to stamp it down. Yeah. And of course, the build is... It's just that one. Just this one. 6 of these. And then you just feed it in from one end, and that's it. And when you have a lot of power... And now actually we got the Mark III miners, so we can... We don't need that one. But we do like having these ones here. Produce extra cooling. This just doubles the output. Nice. Don't think anything else is worth it. Alright, so it's a nice little stream. What do we build in this stream? We built 3 new builds: electromagnetic control rods, and heat sinks, and cooling systems. So the next thing we want to do is radio control units and supercomputers. I think that's kind of the way. And yeah. So I'm going to be back on Sunday, and we'll continue there. I think I'll have one more episode between now and then, and that's probably going to be about supercomputers. If we look at the... no. I want to see something here. Parts. Those parts here. Modular engines, turbo motors, cooling systems, fused... Oh, we also need to make fused modular frames. And that uses nitrogen as well. And how many? We only need 250 of these. So it means 250. No, it means half as much, because these are, of course, going to be set up. What else? What are the other things that we need? Magnetic field generator. Oh, that's dirt cheap. How much do we need of that? 500. And then we have the director something. Assembly director system. That's computers and stuff. And this is supercomputers. But how many? 500. Okay, so we need to make 500 supercomputers. Okay. And then, of course, there's the nuclear pasta, which I... Oh, we don't have nuclear pasta. Okay, so we can make 3 of the 4 right now, and they're not super intimidating, because the quantities are not that bad. Are you still going to go nuclear? No, I don't think so. Not unless nuclear pasta needs me to do that, because nuclear is completely overwhelmed by rocket fuel and ionized fuel, if you even want to go there. Particle enrichment. Nuclear pasta, what does that even require? I don't know. It's probably something here. Nitric acid and copper. I think it's the copper powder thing. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, this one is 3 inventory slots. That's not... the hazmat suit might be useful. Okay, well, that's 2 level 1 hype trains, and then that's solved. Well, hopefully we can get a level 5 hype train on Sunday. That would be nice, because and then hopefully the stream events work, because I understand it's not fun to throw bits or subs at a streamer who doesn't even notice it. So cool. Anyway, if you didn't watch my video today, then it's about the rocket fuel, how to make a 54,000 megawatt power plant. Psh, crazy. So that's it for me. That was my bonus stream. There should be one more video between now and Sunday. I think it might be Saturday. So thank you for joining, and I will see you guys. Good night, everyone. Take care and stay effective.